It's Monday. It's overcast. I love the sound of my own voice. This is EveryTrade Behind the Build, episode 16. So welcome to another start of the week at EveryTrade. I hope you liked yesterday's video, which was the one about my friend Mr. Asheville. I think most people actually got the gist of what I was trying to say, that actually I really respect the guy, I look up to him, and he has really set the bar in this content game, something that we all aspire to. So let's move on from that now, because I want to tell you the EveryTrade story. Starting as we mean to go on our extension project, one of our extension projects, it is all hands on deck. We've got electricians there, roofers there, we've got Dale, our fabricator, doing a bit of welding. Let's have a look. So it's good to see that project making some progress. Speaking of progress, as promised on Sunday's episode, the wrap on the Navara project is now complete. How good does that look? I think it looks amazing. I'm so pleased to think that an 08 plate that really should have been written off after nearly killing its occupants because the bonnet came up and smashed it up. Now, probably one of the prides of our fleet. It's turned out amazing. The wrap has made all the difference, and we've put the private plate on as well, which is hopefully going to give it a bit of a timeless feel. So I think we're going to use that on the plant hire side. I don't think it'll do many miles, but it's nice. And again, I'm going to give a breakdown in a separate video how much we've actually spent on that, but it's not been that much, and we've got a lot of truck for not a lot of money. Over on the grab side of the business, it is flying. The last 2 weeks have been manic. However, we've got a problem. Both of our drivers are off this week for different reasons, so we've had to resort to desperate measures.
So I'm the man behind the camera, but now I'm in front of the camera, and for some strange reason I made the mistake of telling Chris that I could drive HGV. So he's got me doing a couple jobs today on the grab truck, so watch me work.
So when I took on a videographer, I was not expecting him to be driving our grabs, but what a bonus that was, and what a legend Hollywood is for doing that, for stepping up. He's a team player. When we recruit people, I always try and recruit multi-skilled people, but it's rare you get a videographer with an HGV license. But Dale steps up. We've really pulled together the last couple of days because we really understand that the importance of this grab side is to not let people down, because there's so much competition out there. So we had to improvise, and I like days like that. I like challenges like that where you really got to think outside the box. But legend for Hollywood for stepping up to the plate there. That's it for Monday. Busy day, back tomorrow. So I'm at my old high school, Bramwell High School, which is a bit weird for me because I wasn't a brilliant academic. I think I left the school, I had a few C's. I got 1A in resistant materials, which I suppose come in handy. A few weeks ago I was asked to come in and give some advice to the year 10 students, and I did a talk in assembly which was pretty mega, to be honest. And whilst I was in there, I came up with a bit of a spontaneous idea to get the students to come up with ideas, and they said the winner I would give £250 to. Anyway, long story short, it's grown legs and we've got loads of applicants, and we've picked 3 students. We were going to pick 1, but we picked 3 because I spoke to a couple of my pals. So Scott Shashua, who is the owner of Couture Club, who went to school also, and Lee from Reddish Joinery, and they've chucked some more money into the pot so we can actually give some more prizes to the winners, because it was hard to pick. But yeah, let's go in now and tell the kids who's won. Hello. Hi. You all right? Have a seat. You okay? Do you remember me? Good. Have a seat. Who's Daisy and who's Grace?
I'm Daisy.
Hey, nice to meet you again. You okay? You all right? Hello. You all right? Keenan. I'll be. Ah, hello. Come in.
Have a seat.
Have a seat. So basically, obviously, when I came in, I asked you to come up with an idea, and we actually, how many did we get this for? I think we got.
Oh, about 30, didn't
Yeah.
we?
And
good ideas.
so we read through them all, and there were actually some really good ideas. But I shortlisted you 3 because a few reasons. So remind me again, who's Daisy?
I'm Daisy.
Daisy, yours is perfectly positive. By the way, right, so that's a great name, and I think the reason why that really stood out to me is because, like, branding wise, it's great, and I'm a big branding person. Did you come up with a name? Just claim you did. Yeah, but it's a great name and it stands out, and that's really important in business. Like mine, EveryTrade, it stands out because it says what we do. But also, I think the idea behind it was really strong as well, because it's quite mission driven, which means that not only does a business need to make money, but also it's really good if a business puts some good out and does some good stuff. So your idea was to bring people to handle pets and stuff, wasn't it? And then that would then in turn boost their mental health and things like that. Yeah. So I think that is a brilliant idea. So I shortlisted that because it's just a really good idea. So Grace, yeah, another great name, the Barkery. Is that right? Said it right? And I love the idea that you thought about doing it together, because one business would feed the other. So that's that's really smart. And you talked about maybe if you had shops, you'd put them next to each other. And these days, it's really hard for any businesses to sort of do well in shops, because we buy online all the time, but that type of business would do really well in a shop. So I like that, and the name again is really good, so the branding's strong. And your idea was sort of healthier treats for pets, wasn't it? Which again I thought was really well thought out, and it's like it is a clever idea which I think would make a lot of money. And I think it works really well, and the fact that you both did it as a joint submission. But also I want to just compliment you both on how well they were set out, particularly yours, Grace. It was a really well presented document which would impress anyone, and that really stood out. But so the presentation was good, but also the idea behind it was really good. And then you, sir, Keenan, I really like your idea, because again it's quite mission driven. You're not just thinking about making money, which a lot of the other ideas they were focused on how we'd make money, but yours again is quite mission driven in that you obviously understand there's a problem, and you're coming up with a problem that really hasn't really been tackled. I can speak with empathy on that because my brother uses a wheelchair as well, so I really know that is a problem that needs fixing. And you think as well, with big problems like that, look at Elon Musk. He tackles big problems, doesn't he? Like electric cars and things like that. So I think I think yours could make money, but I think there's more in the mission of that one.
Okay.
So a shortlisted you three. There was brilliant ideas, to be honest. I probably could have picked 5 or 6, but you guys really stood out for all the reasons I've just mentioned. And we shortlisted. Obviously, there was a £250 prize, so I had to pick one winner. So I know, yeah. I know, but I spoke to a couple of my pals in business, and there's a guy called 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗗 who used to come to this school. Have you ever heard of a company called the 𝗕𝗨𝗘𝗔𝗧, a fashion brand? He was a former Rommel High student, and he's done amazing now. It's like international around. You'll see it everywhere, right? And he was really impressed, particularly with your ideas. And then obviously, I really like your idea. So there was another company called Reddish Joinery, and I explained your idea to the owner of that, Lee, and he was blown away by it. So what we've done, basically, we're going to give you all a prize and you're all winners because we couldn't pick between. So you guys have got £250 each from the Couture Club vouchers. Yeah, each to spend however you want at the Couture Club. And then you've got whatever vouchers you want. So that's up to you because I wasn't 100% sure what you'd like. So if you tell Mrs. Fort what you want £250 vouchers for, you get them vouchers, whatever you want.
That's actually hard to decide.
Well, you got a bit of time. Think at home tonight. Yeah, not during school. Yeah, but you wherever you want, wherever it's vouchers, you let me know, and then you girls have got them. And then there actually leaves another £250 spare, so we're going to donate another £250 to the school because your ideas were so good, people were interested. That also means that we can give a donation to the school as well. So I know it's a bit embarrassing because there's a camera and everything, but honestly, you should be really proud of yourselves.
So
and
proud.
And if you ever want any more advice or business advice, or if you ever come to do your business, you can speak to me, and I'll give you anything I can to help. And I've botched up a little certificate because I think when you go looking for colleges and eventually jobs, I think the fact that you've won a competition
really
that a lot of people have entered, you can put it in your did they call them certificate, which is what they call them now, what did they call the
You're thinking
record of achievement, what they call it now?
They don't have one now.
Oh
It's
well,
just
you need to.
evidence,
So I would
yeah.
recommend that, like, the fact that you've won a competition, that your idea stood out, and that and other business people that run successful businesses have judged your ideas to stand out. You should be really proud of.
Proud.
And if you go to potential employers and college interviews, you should be telling people that you've won that. So so there you go. Well, if we do a picture in a minute, that's all right. So Mrs. Thorpe's going to print them out on better paper because I've only had budget
I'll
paper at
laminate
home.
my ears as
Sorry, Daisy. That's you. There you go. Sorry. Yeah. So well done, guys. You should be really proud of yourself. And I was honestly blown away by it. And your ideas really stood out. So well done.
Well done.
All right.
£250 each.
Yeah, and a donation to school, which I bet you're really buzzing about. Yeah. When I was at this school, I was like limited academically. I didn't do that great, and because I didn't really believe in myself. And I think now you guys should really believe in your ability because, albeit it's a brand new competition that we've put in place, but you're the first winners of it.
First winners.
So you should be really proud of yourselves, guys.
You
really.
two do business, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you?
Oh, do you as well? All three? Oh, I think you've got a
Your
business
teachers
teacher
would
at
be, yeah.
banks. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
you should
have
be
you
proud.
guys given any thought into what you want to do when you leave college and stuff? You don't know, it's hard.
Not yet.
I was saying to Kieran before that all I would recommend, and you probably already know this, but just try and pick something that you enjoy and that are passionate about. Like, for example, if you are passionate about animals, like because your idea is like that, there's so many careers that you could do in that. But when you leave school, you're not expected, and college, you're not expected to be able to bang, what you need to do. So just try and pick stuff that you're passionate about, that you think you could see yourself enjoying every day. How long have you got left at school now? What about?
Yeah, in a bit.
Yeah, which honestly will fly,
Bit less.
and it should give you a real confidence boost that shows that if you put effort in, good things come.
Exactly.
Yeah, for all three of you.
Keenan, you got anything to say about it?
Well, the reason
I'd be shocked if you didn't.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I did this competition was because as a wheelchair person myself with a disability, I often get people I often see people who don't have custom made wheelchairs.
Yeah.
So this comes from private wheelchair, it's because I can clearly tell people. The NHS ones or government-owned wheelchairs, they're not suitable for
everyone.
environment for us wheelchairs or other people with disabilities like limb losses and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So the reason I did this because I want to show inspiration for disabilities. Like it's like just go for the private ones. Like you don't have to stress up. They can still do it for you.
Yeah, but that's the basis of a really good A, business idea, and B, like a mission-led idea. You know firsthand that that's a problem, and as I say, I can speak with empathy because my brother uses a wheelchair, and I know what challenges you face, but you've turned what could be a challenge into a really positive thing there. And then that is something that, you imagine you put that into practice, how many people would benefit from something like that. You also talked about like embracing AI and things like that, and I think that's a really smart thing because it's something you're interested in and it's a real new thing that not everyone understands. You're going to be from the generation that does understand that kind of thing. So you've got an advantage there, and because you're into gaming and things like that, it's an area that you probably will be interested. So you can think of ways where AI could help and enhance and overcome challenges for people like yourself. I think that's an amazing thing, and I think that's actually something that could have global reach. So, but like I say, again, it was nothing to do with the fact that I had empathy. It was your idea stood out on its own merits because it's a problem and it's a solution to a problem, and also you can monetize it, which is that they're the best ideas in the world.
Okay.
Yeah, so you should be really proud of yourself, and you got a great character, and always let that character come out because you're a very likable person. So I think you're going to do amazing. So good luck. Thanks, guys. I won't bore you anymore, but yeah, lovely to. Well done. All right.
Right, now before we stop recording, anything for the video, guys?
Remember, you can always believe in yourself. You just gotta think, live through it.
My God, you're doing my job now. Yeah.
I'm taking it.
Yeah, you got it. You have it. Come and run a building company. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Oh, thanks so much, guys. Cheers. Thank you. So that was mega. Obviously, it's probably a bit embarrassing for them because they're only young, but to give them the prizes and actually generate that, and we also were able to give a little donation to the school as well. It was brilliant because that's the key thing I want to get through to kids and to anyone really, that the power of ideas. Like anyone, wherever you are, even if you're in a job now that you don't like, if you have an idea and you put it into action, then it can bring you all the success in the world. What I've done, all the bits I've done have come from ideas. So yeah, it's mega that, and I want to try and do a bit more for the school. Like I say, we managed to do a little donation as well to the school, and I want to try and do a bit more because this school's basically helped me get to where I am. It's, you know, I grew up at this school. So yeah, thanks so much to Scott Shashua from Couture Club for his generous donations, and Lee from Reddish Joinery. They top guys, and they, like me, really want to help bring the next generation through. Anyway, back to HQ, busy day. So that was amazing. I really enjoyed going back to my old school. I didn't do that well academically, as I've said. However, that school gave me a grounding and gave me the confidence, I think, to go out there and do something with my life. Growing up on a council estate, I was the oldest as well of 5 lads. That sort of gives you that level of responsibility. I don't know what it is that gave me my drive, but I reckon it's something to do with that. I'm really passionate about trying to help the next generation really push on, and I do think there's a confidence issue with people leaving school, and I want to try and just add a little bit of value there if I can. I think the government really needs to look at apprenticeships more. I've been saying for years, but I think I've read recently that the government's going to fully fund apprenticeships, which I think is essential, because we do recruit apprentices, but I think I've talked about this before. You take them on and then you train them up, and if you're lucky you get a good one that's not always on his phone and is reliable. At the end of it, essentially, they're fully qualified, they can leave. So yeah, it's good to go back to my old school, and I enjoyed that, and I think I'm going to make that competition a yearly event, and I appreciate all the other people, Reddish Joinery and Scott from Couture Club for donating prizes. Seeing these bad boys, these are tyres for the baby grab. We were going to try and do that last week, but Dale's just been rushed off his feet on paying customers, cars and vans and all sorts, so I've had to follow the money there and stick with them, but these are going to go on, and by Sunday we're going to have these on and you'll see them on the channel. So speaking of them tyres, I've just realised that a couple of bits have come in for Dale that we've ordered. This is so heavy, so I think that is to off, I think, and that is a torque wrench to get the extra turn on the nuts. It's cost us a bomb to kit Dale out, but you know what? It's making money already, and I'd say we're actually in profit. The HGV side, that is the expensive bit, and everyone warned me, and they were right. But it is what it is. Back in the world of construction, we've started a new project this week, which is another single story rear extension, and the boys are on the ground. So it's nice to get another one started. I'd say we're as busy as I want us to be at the moment. I think that's our 4th extension, and I think we've got about 12 other projects ongoing, all different sizes. Some are really small, where we're in and out in less than a week. Some we're going to be there for months and months. So I like the mix. I'd say last year it was completely different. We had about probably 15 extensions on at once, all at different stages, and we were too busy. We had like 60 lads out there, but we still couldn't keep up with the demand. And if you get a bit of bad weather, you're on the back foot. And I actually found we were making less money. You can be a busy idiot, and if I was going to pass on one piece of advice to you today, it'd be don't overtrade. There's something about being a small, compact team, but I know what it's like when you're ambitious and the work keeps coming in. You don't want to say no, because you never quite know when that work might not come in. But I'm happy with how busy we are, and we're getting into the summer months where things really do get a bit manic for us. Actually, I'm surprised the Navara has been put to work. Dale's gone to drop off one of our 3-ton machines for a bit of plant hire, so let's see it in action. So I'm just reading a thank you card from one of our customers to Chris, Kieran and all the amazing staff at EveryTrade. Thank you for all your help and hard work on our extension. We love our new space. It's nice when customers feedback, and this customer actually made us a nice steak pie, which was very tasty. So I hope you like this Monday and Tuesday edition of EveryTrade Behind the Build. We tried to vary the content again, seems to be going down quite well, and we're hoping that we're getting the lengths just about right. So that's it, midweek edition done. Come back on Sunday. It's actually a short rest of the week because it's Good Friday, isn't it? But I don't really like the short weeks. I love spending time with my family, but I do actually miss work. I'm that sad. So yeah, come back on Sunday for the next episode. Click here for last week's video. Click here and here for videos I know you've already watched. And click here to subscribe to the channel. See you on Sunday.